Hey guys, it's Tom back with a brand new video. I don't know if I'm going to upload this, so you might not see this, but anyway, I'm just going to blabber on about what I've been doing with my life for the last few years. So the last time I uploaded on YouTube was 4 years ago, so a long old time. I think that was a FIFA video back in FIFA 20. Was it FIFA 20, FIFA 21? Anyway, as you can see behind, if I get rid of my ugly mug, I've just been on a jet-setting adventure. After COVID, I thought, no. We got stuck in the UK too long. I've been travelling, I've been living in countries, I've been here, there and everywhere. So I'm going to talk about what I've been doing, where I've been, why I've not been uploading, and what I've been doing for work-wise and everything. If you're not into travelling, you're not into any of this, then fair enough, just click off the video. I probably will start uploading, I don't know. You know, this computer is so old, it takes about an hour to start. So at the moment, the two monitors are working, my microphone's hopefully working, so we'll see how long it lasts, but it's really on its dying legs. But as I say, I'm just going to talk about my travel trips. I lived in Australia for a year, I did Thailand, did Vietnam, did more from North America. I've done a lot of Europe, I've done a lot of travelling, so this will hopefully not be too much of a long video, but I'm just going to talk about all my travel trips. And yes, as I say, I might start uploading on this video, on this channel again. I'm not too sure. I do upload lots of TikToks, Tom_Muggo, and that's basically all travel of highlights of North America when I lived in Australia, and all this just like random TikTok. So if you're into TikTok nowadays, then be sure to follow me on there. When I was making YouTube, TikTok wasn't even a thing. But as I say, I'm gonna just talk about all my little trips, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many views this video gets. Probably about 10, but anyway, we will see. So I'm going to start off talking about what I've been doing. So let me just make myself a lot smaller. So my old manager at Audi, he knew I wanted to get into travelling, and he said, come on Tom, COVID's been and gone, let's go travelling. So we went around North America for 9 weeks doing 15 states. I'm just going to talk about some of my favourite places. I'll tell you all the states I went. There was a lot of them. So we landed in San Francisco, California, which is, as you can see on Google right here. And we also did California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and New York. So that was 9 weeks, 15 states, 10 national parks, 18,000 miles. It's a big old bloody country. And it was just absolutely amazing. That was my first big travel trip, and we're just going to talk about my personal favourites. You can see some of the tabs up here. So we're going to start with San Francisco, which is where we landed. We flew from, I think it was Gatwick to Dublin, had my first Guinness ever in Dublin airport, and then we flew to San Francisco. Had a few nights in San Francisco. Never done a hostel before. We were in a hostel called the Auberge. It was an okay one, and there was just so much. San Francisco was my favourite city in America. So we did, as you can see here, Golden Gate Bridge. We did a day trip to Alcatraz, which is the abandoned prison in the middle of the ocean, which is pretty cool. We did this amazing hike called Twin Peaks. It's a great lookout. There we go. It's a great lookout spot, and oh my god, the views were absolutely stunning. You know, I'm from near Leicester. We don't have views. We've got Bradgate Park. It's a shithole. And then you come here, like, oh, the views were absolutely stunning. So it's absolutely amazing. San Francisco was great. Like, I'm from UK. I'm not from, like, I live in near Leicester, but there's not that many homeless people. At San Francisco, we were near the Tenderloin. We were 1 block away from Tenderloin, which is where there's this drug in America, and someone leaving a comment, it might be fentanyl. Basically, they just walk around like they're an extra in The Walking Dead, and everyone was on fentanyl there, and they just look like zombies. And we were 1 block away from Tenderloin, which is where they all gather, so there's just tents and homeless people just sat everywhere. But it didn't put me off. San Francisco was absolutely great, and as I say, it was the first big place out of England that I've been. I thought, oh my god, it was absolutely amazing. So we spent good 4 days there, and then we got the Greyhound bus to LA, which was just a bit overrated, full of influencers, and I'm not this kind of person. The hostel wasn't very good, and it's just, you know, like, we did the hike up to the Hollywood sign. That was great, and we saw the Walk of Fame, but it was just not really the one. We took a day trip to La Jolla in San Diego because we thought, nah, we've had a few days in LA, it's not really what we thought it would be. So we decided to go to La Jolla in San Diego, which was stunning. It was Millionaires Row. Just, oh my god, you need to be into real estate or something to be living there. Honestly, the houses were absolutely insane. and then we where did we go from there? I just get mixed up. I think it was Arizona. As I say, there was so much travelling, and this was 2 years ago. So trying to remember it all, it's a bit hard. So we went to Nevada after, and we did load of national parks. As I say, we did 10. Grand Canyon was my favourite, so we did 2 hikes. We did Angel's Landing, and I can't remember the other one, but these views were stunning. We didn't pay for this glass thing. It was like $40. I thought, come on, America, you're having our pants down there. But the views, like we did 2-day hikes. I think it was like 3 hours down, 3 hours up. But even after 3 hours, you're not at the bottom. You don't realise the scale of the place until you're actually there, and you just feel like an ant. Like it's just amazing. The views were just absolutely breathtaking. Especially the second day, it was a clear blue sky. We went mid-April, and it was just absolutely stunning. Another real good one. It's not a national park, but it was. I really liked it because you were actually at the bottom of the canyon. That was Antelope Canyon. Like, look at this. There's Horseshoe Bend, which is in the Grand Canyon, which we also visited. But you're actually in the canyon. This is in Page, Arizona. And oh my God, my friend found this and it's absolutely stunning. Like, didn't really know much about it. You know, I sort of took the back step on planning this trip. But the views, like the fact, as I say, you were actually in the canyon. Like, if it will let me focus on my phone, I'll show you some of the photos. Like, it's not going to load, is it? Look, that's there. And I thought, oh my God, that looks like a Windows wallpaper. So that was absolutely stunning. One of my favourites for sure. I had my birthday, since my birthday was the end of April, I had my birthday in New Mexico, a place called Roswell, which is famous because a UFO apparently crashed there years ago. So it's like signs like this, like you've got an alien holding up a McDonald's sign, and it is, yeah, like holding up coffee signs, and it's a strange old place. But yeah, look, here we go. So the McDonald's is a crashed UFO, you know, because why not? You know, it adds a bit of charm to the place. But we went to this place called White Sands National Park a day after my birthday, and this is not America. I'm sorry, this does not look like America. Again, I took this really good photo of this place as well. And you, like, in what world? Focus. Like, look at that. That is absolutely insane. Like, you wouldn't think that's America. So that was a real standout place. We got there nice and early, so it wasn't full of absolute loads of tourists. It was absolutely beautiful. Like, absolutely stunning. As I say, we did Bryce Canyon as well. There's another hike. And we did a lot of walking, and it was just absolutely stunning. So we also, from San Francisco, did a day trip to Yosemite Park, which was absolutely breathtaking. Again, like the views, I love hiking, I love the outdoors, so it was just amazing. And we always had good weather. You know, it's America, so you're like, come on, it should be really good weather, and thankfully it was. We took a hire car picked up from Vegas. We did a few nights in Vegas, saw Tiesto, the DJ there, which was really good. And we picked the hire car up from Vegas and then dropped it off in Texas. So we had it for the 2 weeks while doing these national parks, because obviously they're in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, so you have to get a hire car to drive around. And they know that because hire cars there are so expensive. At the time when we did this trip, I was 23, so I was under 24, so I'd get this young driver's tax. So every time we'd cross the state, we'd be paying this fee. And because we didn't return the hire car in the same state, they'd wanted a load of money. So it was expensive to hire a car, which is why we only had a hire car for 2 weeks and not the 9 weeks. The rest were just Greyhound buses sitting next to pretty strange people. Here's some great stories. So on one bus journey, there was like, I wasn't sat next to my mate, so it was like a seat at the front of the bus, seat at the back. And I was sat next to someone selling heroin. Someone was smoking weed. Someone had just came out of prison. They were just, you know, you just want to put your AirPods in and just sort of listen to your own music, because there was a few oddballs, shall we say. A few of my personal highlights. I love New Orleans as well. Oh, that was like Jazz Central, Bourbon Street, and you've got the French Quarter. Both were absolutely amazing. You can see how vibrant and lively the places were. Absolutely amazing. We had the really cool hostel there where me and my mate just turned into alcoholics, basically. We were there for like 6 nights, and it's just the go-to thing is to just go out drinking. It was really good. During the day we were holding these little gators, lots of Lots of swampland around there, so you can see all the bayous where all the alligators and stuff are, or crocodiles. I've definitely said the wrong one, whichever one they are, but that was really good. Another one which I absolutely loved was Nashville, which was absolutely amazing. That was like country music, which was, look at like so much neon lights. It looks like, oh, it was just amazing. All the bars were absolutely rammed, and again we had a really cool hostel there as well. And then everyone loves New York, and I thought it'd be too touristy, but New York was actually really cool. I actually really enjoyed seeing Central Park, seeing the Statue of Liberty, seeing Times Square. And it's very busy, but again, I think we were there for like 5 nights, and that was the end of our trip. So that was coming towards the 9 weeks that we were there. But New York was absolutely amazing. So that was 10 minutes of me banging on about one of my trips. So I did North America, and then I came home for 2 weeks and went to Greece with my younger brother. Travelled around there, did Rhodes, Crete, and Lindos. On the 6th day, my brother's phone got robbed on the beach, which was great. So we did 2 and a bit weeks without a phone. So fair play to us. Fuck knows how we did it. The way we did it, we bought a little Uno, you know, the card game. We had a Greek version called Un, and we just buy beers and play Un every night. So accidentally, our screen time had gone from, I don't know, a few hours a day to 0 because we got our phones robbed, because we're really good. And then we did Croatia together, Montenegro, and then went on a last holiday to Ibiza. And then my first solo travel trip was I went to Thailand and Vietnam on my own. So I booked a one-way flight to Bangkok. For mate, Thailand's always been top of my bucket list. I remember making a TikTok on it years ago, like, this is what I want to experience in Thailand. It's always been on the top, and it was possibly the best trip that I've done. Like, it was amazing because I threw myself into my deep end. Obviously, I can't speak Thai. Just get on a one-way flight from Gatwick to Bangkok and just see what happens. You know, stay in the hostels. Over there, like £4 a night, and they're so social. Everyone is solo travelling, and it's just an absolute great laugh. And the beer, Chang, is my favourite beer in the world. So I thought I will happily drink Chang all my life. It's absolutely amazing. So we started, I flew to Bangkok, had how many nights? 3 nights in Bangkok, and it's obviously completely different to anything I've experienced before. Lots of temples. The nightlife's really cool as well. So there's lots of streets like this that they try to get you into the bars. But as I say, the beer's so cheap. It's great vibes. Everyone's solo traveling. Everyone's sort of my age, and it's just dead easy to get on with people. And it's really cool, you know. Honestly, it's absolutely beautiful. I was there in November, so it was like high season, real good 30 degrees. So they have their summer like November, December and January. So the weather was absolutely amazing. Lots of temple. We saw the Grand Palace. You see lots of these kind of statues. And there's the lying down Buddha. I can't remember which one that was in one of these ones. Yeah, so we also saw the reclining Buddha. So that's one of the famous things around Bangkok. So from Bangkok I went to Chiang Mai. So I got a 10-hour coach up to Chiang Mai, and this is completely different. You know, it's a bit of a city, but also you can see by these images you're just in the middle of the jungle basically. Went to this is the Doi Ithion. Definitely pronounced that wrong. So went there for the day and met a French girl at the hostel, and we went there together, and that was beautiful. Didn't see the hot air balloons, but the stunning scenery was really, really there. You see so many of these rice fields, which is just unbelievable. Again, nothing I've experienced before, and it was absolutely amazing. Didn't see this. This is in Chiang Rai, which is the White Temple, so I didn't go to there, but I went to Chiang Mai, and then from Chiang Mai I got a 4-hour bus up to Pai, which Pai is my favourite place on earth. I am obsessed with Pai. We'll go back to the big talking screen while I talk about Pai. Pai is it's heaven. Honestly, people say you get stuck in the pie hole. You really do. So on the first time I was in Thailand, I was there for 6 nights, and you just hire mopeds. There was like a gang of 6 of us, and I'd just get on the back of the moped and we'd just disappear into the jungle. Like you can see from these photos, it's tiny. It's smaller than the village I live. It's absolutely tiny, with just like bars and hostels, and then you get on a moped, within 5 minutes you're in the countryside of just rice fields, and oh, it's just beautiful. And then within 10 minutes you're in the jungle. Like, it's amazing. You've got Pai Canyon where you get to see the sunsets. It's a bit of a BTEC Grand Canyon, but absolutely amazing. You've got this this waterfall that you slide down. What's it called? I'm gonna find it. So you've got this waterfall that you slide down. Thankfully, when I went, but I've been there twice, it wasn't that busy. But you slide up where you can see my mouse cursor and just slide it down, which is pretty sick, to be fair. And as I say, you just get on mopeds. You just disappear for the day. At the night, they close up the shops and they have a night market. And then you've got the bars. They've all got live music. And as I say, I was there for 6 nights. You turn into a bit of an alcoholic. You go to Supermoon for the karaoke on Thursdays, but it's just absolutely stunning. Mopeng Waterfall, that's what it's called. Absolutely amazing. So from Pai, I went back down to Chiang Mai and flew to Phuket. Did Phuket for a few days. Wasn't anything special the first time I was there. Wasn't that great. But you can see here, I then went to Khao Sok National Park, which looks like somewhere where they filmed Avatar. Like, you've got all these floating islands, and the views there were amazing. I only did just for the day, but you could have done an overnight tour there. But like, look at this. This is something from Avatar, something from King Kong. Again, that just does not seem real until you actually see it, and then you just are amazed. You can stay in these floating bungalows. So there's a bar just where my mouse cursor is, just here. And then during the day we were like out kayaking, swimming, and there we go. You can see on this photo. So this middle bit, there's a bit of a bar there, and you get some drinks, you know. And again, everyone's solo traveling, so you're just meeting so many cool people. Went to so this was, by this time I was at Christmas, so I went to Koh Phangan. Had a big old party at this place, Retro Jungle. Not retro football shirts, that's something definitely different. In Koh Phangan. And this was like unlimited drinks for £8, and you just get drunk in the middle of, as it says, the jungle. And it was mad. This was Christmas Eve going into Christmas Day. I was partying with 2 Kiwis, and it was absolutely amazing. And I met that French girl again who I met in Chiang Mai. And then we went to Koh Tao, which is, Tao is turtle in Thai, and then you can just see, yeah, buy some snorkeling gear, and look at this, buy some snorkeling gear and see some turtles. I think Joe Weller's done a video on this. This place is amazing. Like, look at the colour of that ocean. Absolutely beautiful. Stunning, stunning, stunning. So I was there for a few nights, and then I went back to Koh Phangan for the world famous full moon party, which is as mental as it looks. Basically, it's 30,000 people partying on a beach. You know, as the tide's coming in, you're getting closer to these bars. They're all trying to outplay each other's music, each of them being slightly louder. But basically, if you go to the toilet, you've lost your friends for the night, so just stick with everyone. But it was a great way to see in the New Year's. Absolutely amazing. You've got these fire parties, everyone's got the paint on them as well, and it was a real big party. And that was where the end of my Thailand trip, and then I got a flight to Vietnam. Started in Hanoi, which is north of Vietnam. So the visa back then, we were allowed 30 days. So I think I did like 27 or something. So I started in Hanoi, which was amazing. I've never seen so many mopeds in my life. It's literally, there's no zebra crossings. You just cross and hope that you're not going to get run over. Literally just go. Don't stutter. Just keep walking, and they won't run you over. If you stutter, that's when they're not sure what you're going to do. So as I say, I've never seen so many in my life. We went to visit the world famous train street, so you can see all these are like little cafes, and then the train comes down here. They stopped doing that while I was there, so it was a bit of a tourist scam. There was a few little scams out there while I was in Vietnam, but if you get scammed, it's for about £1. It's nothing major, but they're like grabbing you, like, come to our cafe, and then you go there. When's the train? Oh, it's not coming. But they knew you were there for the train. So there's a few that you just sort of need to keep a bit of your wits about you. Saw this, the floating palace. That's definitely not the name, but it's just in the middle of this lake, which is really cool. And as you can see, at night it lights up. It looks sick. And then from Hanoi, I ventured down. This was another one of my favourite places, Tam Kok Nim Bin. Oh my god, this place was absolutely beautiful. We're again at a hostel. They're more like homestays. They stay with a Vietnamese family, and I had this kid teaching me Vietnamese. So I know Mot Hai Ba Bon Nam Sao, which is 1 to 6 in Vietnamese. Cam Loa means no fires. Cam On means thank you and shut up. I mean, just, it's the same word. thank you and shut up. It's just like, I'm like, come on, like, I'm not telling you to shut up, don't punch me, please. But I picked up quite a bit of Vietnamese while I was there, and this place. So I got this boat trip down here, which was just amazing. Again, this is actually where they did shoot King Kong, around here, so you can see all these giant islands, and then you watch the film after and you can really see where they got the inspiration and where they shot it. But as I say, I was in this hostel and they just give you free push bikes. You just cycle around here, not a care in the world, put your AirPods in and just come home for dinner, basically. It's absolutely stunning. Went to the Tamcock Caves as well, which was really cool. I think I was there a few times. Basically, you just go off on your merry way and just see where you end up, which was a real cool place to explore. Sorry, from Hanoi at the top, I also did Sapa, which was absolutely amazing. So I stayed with a Vietnamese family just for the night, and then look at this. Like, this is not real. It does not look real at all. Just views and views and views. All little cornfields. No one has cars. Everyone's just on the little mopeds. All the kids are nice and friendly, just waving at you, and it's absolutely stunning. Like, beautiful trekking. You do bloody get through some steps, but oh, the views were just rice fields on rice fields and rice fields. So from Sapa, I went to Ha Long Bay. Again, this was a tour that my hostel in Hanoi sorted, and this is a World Heritage Centre. It's world famous. Absolutely amazing. Went swimming in Ha Long Bay, kayaking, and the views were just absolutely breathtaking. Just Vietnam in general, Thailand in general, it's just like nothing that anyone from England's really experienced before. It's just absolutely stunning. Another one of my favourite places. So this was right at the end, and by this time my So I was in Hoi An, and my friend who I did North America with actually met me in Hoi An. So we did 2 weeks of travelling around Vietnam together. This was amazing. I'm sure most of you have seen this. It's been on Top Gear with the floating lanterns on the water. It's absolutely stunning. Paradise, paradise, paradise. A great hostel. I was in Bed Station, and I've met 6 people from Bed Station, again, like if they were Dutch or German, in their country. So I also, after this trip, went interrailing around Europe, where I did 9 countries. I'll talk about that in a minute, and again bumped into the same sort of people. But this is just amazing. You've also got the golden, what's it called? The Golden Hands Bridge, you know, where they hold it. I should know what it's called, but I didn't actually go there. But this was just absolutely breathtaking, absolutely amazing. And one of my favourite places in Vietnam was Munay. So my favourite thing, we did quad biking in this desert, which was just absolutely incredible. Had a really good party hostel there, the Backpackers or something like that. We were right on the ocean, and when I say I saw the best sunset of my life, I'm going to try play it on my phone. I don't know if this webcam will focus up, but I will try play it. But as I say, I saw the best sunset of my life in Munay, and oh my god, I've been travelling for a year and a half since. No, still not beat it. It was just absolutely breathtaking. So let's hope this focuses. I'm sorry. I know that's probably terrible quality. That is just unreal. The sunset, let me see if there's photos of it. Sunset was just unbelievable. I'm like, what is this? That just looks edited beyond belief. It's absolutely incredible. And as I say, quad biking in the desert, don't mind if I didgeridoo, absolutely stunning. And what a great place to end my Vietnam journey. Flew back to England for a few weeks, and then I actually met an American girl on Christmas Day in Thailand, and she paid for me to go see her in America, so I got a free flight to North Carolina. So again, I was back in America. And then by this time I'd sold my car here. I had a Mercedes, sold that, and then I went interrailing around Europe. So I started with a lad's holiday in Budapest, and I'm just going to read off what countries I went, because off the top of my head I've done so much travelling. This video's probably already yapped on enough as it is. I've done so much travelling, it's just impossible to keep up. So we started in Hungary, so I did Budapest with the lads. Then I went to Prague, Austria, Italy, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, France, Portugal. So, you know, interrailing was great. I just got the Interrail pass. Again, I did this solo. 400 quid for 2 months Interrail pass, and as I say, you just hop on trains, hop off whenever you fancy. So like I went from Budapest to Prague. It's a 12-hour bus, 12-hour train, sorry. And again, because I paid for this pass, it didn't cost me any money for that journey. Prague was great. I was severely hungover from the Budapest trip, so I didn't really go out drinking. But I'll show you like some of the views in Prague. Go back to small me. Some of the views stunning. The castle or cathedral, oh my god, absolutely breathtaking, and like just great vibes. You know, it's yeah, fairy tale. It says there. It really is. It's a strange old place, but it's really cool. I really do dig the vibes. So from there, and then I went to Austria. Bumped into my brother in Austria. He was travelling round Europe same time as I was, and my mum was like, oh, it's Archer's in Innsbruck, is he? Yeah. So we bumped into each other, and this was absolutely amazing. Up in the Alps, and I'll show you. So you can actually get a cable car up in the mountains, and you're right in amongst the snow. Absolutely incredible. Look at this. Just views on views and views, and oh my god, again, breathtaking, stunning scenery, great beer as well, beautiful country. I did Vienna, Innsbruck, and Salzburg. Salzburg, I was there for 4 days. No. It was a bit boring. Met great people, but Vienna was great. But when I was there, it just rained and rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. But you can see, again, beautiful buildings, real nice scenery in amongst all the mayhem that is Vienna. So from Vienna, I went to Trento, which is North Italy. Not much there, it was just to break up the journey. But I did have my birthday, so my which birthday was it? 25th birthday. I think it was 25th. I can't even remember. 25th birthday in Lake Garda. We had this great hostel called Love. I can't remember. Had this great hostel anyway, right on the waterfront. It was like £10 a day, absolutely amazing. And look at the scenery, absolutely beautiful. Like on my birthday, me and my brother were just out kayaking, and then a few days later, a load of us just hired a boat and just disappeared on the lake. It was just absolutely amazing. There's a water park that me and my brother went to as well, Gardaland. So it's a real cool theme park there as well. And Italy was just amazing. Also did Vienna, Pisa and Florence. Again, just amazing. Never been to Italy before, so that was really cool. And I picked up a bit of the lingo, a little bit. Nothing amazing really. Then I went to Germany. So someone who I met in Bangkok, so my first Thailand solo travel, Micah, who I met in Bangkok, he's from Cologne, so I went to a Cologne football game with him. And again, I'll show you a photo. He's really big into the football, so there's a photo of me stood. Come on. There we go. Stood up in the Cologne Ultras, which is pretty cool. I also saw a Hertha Berlin football game there as well. So obviously Germans are real obsessed with football, just like us Brits. So that was really good. Went to Berlin as well. And Berlin's just a crazy techno party, really. Absolutely amazing. Again, great weather. Bumped into a lot of great people there as well. So yeah, Germany, didn't really have much hope for, but it was amazing. Honestly, the weather really held up as well, because I know it's similar to the UK weather. It was great weather throughout, absolutely amazing. And then from Germany, I went to Netherlands, so stayed with Susie, who I met in Koh Tao in Thailand. Stayed with her for a few days. I also did Amsterdam, Utrecht with 2 people. I met in Mune, that desert place. Met them there, and then they live in Mune, so I was out kayaking down the little canal in Mune in Utrecht, and then I did Rotterdam. Again, real cool places. Amsterdam wasn't my favourite. It's very touristy. It's a bit of a tourist trap. So expensive. Just get on the train for 30 minutes, go to Rotterdam. I promise you, it's so much nicer. Absolutely amazing. In one of the hostels, I met an Australian girl, sorry, and then we headed to France, went to Marseille, and just went out jetting around France for a little bit. Also went to, where did I go in Belgium? Antwerp, so I went to Antwerp for the day. Honestly, it was just here, there, and absolutely everywhere. And then I finished off for a lad's holiday in Albufeira in Portugal. So again, a big old travel trip indeed. And I was going to talk about that I just lived in Australia for a year. I'm going to leave that on a different video because this video is already 30 minutes long. I know I've already rambled enough just about travel and, oh my god, all of these exciting things that I've been up to. So I will have another video talking about my year living in Australia, where I obviously had to work. I worked in hotels. I was a trivia host, worked behind the bar, worked in the kitchen. I did a load of jobs, so I can tell you a bit about how you can get around getting some jobs in Australia. I was on the work holiday visa, and it is quite hard to get jobs, so I'll do another video, a bit of breakdown about my year in Australia, and also travel around New Zealand. But anyway, I hope you liked this video. Sorry, it was probably quite rambly. I was probably getting a few facts wrong. You know, as I say, half of these trips were over 2 years ago. That America trip was 2 and a bit years ago. So trying to remember exactly what I did and which order is a little hard, really. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. As I said, any feedback would be greatly appreciated in the comments. And just tell me, have you done any travel trip? What's your favourite country? Mine's Thailand. Thailand is top of my list. I'm also going there for Christmas and New Year's again this year, so I love it. Vietnam's second, and I just could talk about travelling all day and holidays and countries and all this, as you probably noticed. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully enjoy this, and I could potentially be back. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I've got a full-time job in the UK now, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about my travel trips and just what I've been doing with my life for the last few years. So thank you guys for watching, and